Today I want to talk to you about the number 3 thing that will impact your home sale, and that is pricing. If your home's priced wrong, it's not going to sell, obviously. And you don't want to price it too high, you certainly don't want to price it too low, so how do you hit that sweet spot? Well, like any product, the longer it sits on the shelf, eventually ends up where? The clearance rack, right? We don't want your home to end up on the clearance rack. So actually, the quicker your home sells, the more you're typically gonna make out of the marketplace. So we wanna set your home up to succeed, to sell as quickly as possible. So the first things we wanna do is make sure it's accessible to everybody. We talked about that a few weeks ago. As many buyers as possible it's open to. And then number 2, probably the most important thing, is the presentation. We gotta knock it out of the park, make sure it looks great and people are excited to come see it. And then we evaluate the results. I think the hardest thing as a seller is kind of setting aside your biases on your home and putting on your buyer cap and evaluating the marketplace objectively and saying, okay, if I was a buyer buying right now and I could buy my home, or I could buy these other homes, or you're looking at something that's active currently or that just recently sold or went pending, how do I stack up? And if you're honest with yourself there and we price it correctly, then we go to market and see how the market responds. And then we evaluate from there. So we know if we're on the market for 30 days and we have 10 or more showings and no offers, 10's a lot, especially in this market, and no offers, we're probably 4 to 6% off on price, and we need to make an adjustment. A $5,000 adjustment isn't gonna do it. You gotta do something more significant, because what you're trying to do is enter a different buyer pool. You're trying to attract buyers that haven't seen your home yet. You're not gonna do that by a small little adjustment. Number 2 is if maybe you've had even less showings. Let's say you've had 5 or less showings in the first 30 days. You might be closer to 6 to 10% off. And again, you're gonna have to evaluate it case by case. And this isn't perfect science, but it works pretty well in evaluating how to adjust the marketplace. What I see a lot of mistakes made with sellers is they'll make a $2,000 price reduction or a $5,000 price reduction. That's just not enough to get to a new buyer pool, to get more traction. All that's doing is resending the home to the same exact people who have seen it before. And if they didn't like it $2,000 more, $5,000 more, they're not gonna like it $2,000 or $5,000 less. So evaluating those results, making those proper adjustments in the timely manner. You don't want your listing to become stale and start chasing the market down. So 30 days is a good benchmark to start looking at making those possible changes. If you've got an interest on the home and you got somebody kind of kicking the tires on it, you don't want to undercut yourself, so you don't want to make those decisions right away. If you've got people that are seriously interested, but you certainly don't want to let it sit too long without making those proper adjustments, or you end up even selling it for even less than what you should. So anyways, I hope that helps. If you know anybody who's thinking about buying or selling, or you yourself or have some questions about the market, we'd love to take great care of you. And as always, feel free to give us a call, and I hope you have a great day.